Hey everybody, this is Jarek with Team VR at Remax Quest Realty Westside, and this is Pauline Tonkin at Blue Tree Mortgage Solutions. We'd like to talk about a lot of the information that is put out there in terms of real estate statistics, market snapshots, a lot of the media reporting and so on, and really distill things into what's the market doing right now. And so our intentions are to have semi-monthly, sort of every 15 days update on what we on the street as realtors and mortgage brokers are experiencing in the industry. A lot of the videos that you see are either by the real estate board or by other agents or by pre-sale teams, and everyone's talking about how hot the market is and so on. But when we are dealing with our clients, our duty really is fiduciary duty towards our clients' best interests. And that might mean that we might not want them to go into subject-free situations or situations that aren't ultimately in their best long-term interests. And so we'd like to attach to this video, as we're having this conversation for your benefit, the latest statistics throughout the greater Vancouver area so you can benefit from them, and have a short conversation in front of you about the sort of deals that we've been experiencing. So Pauline, maybe you can give me some scenarios in terms of things that you think would be beneficial towards our viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've certainly seen in the last, over the last 2.5 years or so, when the market's been really pretty active and very competitive, and especially in the last few months, when some of the mortgage rules changed and they tightened up a bit, that first-time home buyers specifically have been really pushed and tightened. So for those that are able to buy and qualify to get an offer on a place, we certainly do want to be very careful with those clients. And so I've seen a need to really focus on educating first-time buyers especially to be prepared to go into a competitive situation. And I typically do work through kind of like a sort of a 3-point strategy with clients to see, what the next best step is for them and to protect them from getting into a subject-free situation. So we've had some success with helping people to get into their purchase quickly and as low stress as possible with that approach. And so happy to tell people in more detail what that looks like for them specifically. We have seen more conventional borrowers, people with more than 20% down. So they do have more money, more equity, so more chance to be more competitive out there. So we're definitely seeing a lot of competition with the condos and the townhouses for the first-time home buyer especially, and into the houses. It really depends on the location, but we're definitely seeing some patterns and trends, and so I do try to educate clients when I'm talking to them about what that looks like, and maybe they can find some common ground for themselves as well.
So some examples that we'd like to share with you are pre-reading the strata minutes, if it is a strata condo unit for the building, and being really familiar with that building so that you can say, okay, Pauline, here's everything that I have. I'd like to put a lot of these documents through the pipeline with you. Can you get an update for me in terms of, the people that you have to answer to? What else do they need about this building? Has this building been flagged? Do you feel comfortable with me walking in with a short subject removal, such as a 24-hour subject removal period? We've had a lot of success working together. A number of deals where my clients had a subject for just the end of the day of multiple offers, so that by lunchtime the following day we can procure a draft. So to offer you a few more examples in terms of the sort of deals we've been seeing, more and more of the contracts my team has been writing has been about there's not as much interest, I'm not seeing as much competition. Jarek, I feel comfortable in having some of the subjects stay in, and the conversation that I've been having with Pauline with respect to our deals is we're certainly seeing more of other deals coming in with conditions. And so my clients have been, in terms of what the market is doing right now, fewer of our contracts are going in unconditional because there's a lot of competition, even in the competitive price points, and more of my buyers between that 400 to $1 million price range are seeing that the market is bouncing more towards sort of a buyer's market for the meantime anyway, and allowing them to keep their financing and other conditions and the due diligence period intact. Are you seeing the same sort of thing happening on your side?
Absolutely. We've definitely been in that no subjects, quick frenzy kind of pace for some time.
For, almost 24 months now.
Yeah, exactly. So now when, as we are starting to see, now that we're in this August timeframe, we're starting to see over the last little bit, contracts come in with subject to financing, subject to inspection. People are saying, "Oh, I have subjects." I'm like, "What?" So it's kind of nice to see, because it does give them a little bit of time to do their due diligence, and it is certainly nice to be able to give them a lot more options. And so yeah, we've definitely seen a little bit of adjustment in pricing, not so much multiple offers and over asking. Certainly still some of that, but depending on the location, depending on the type of property, I'm starting to see a little bit leveling out on the contract prices as well. Mm-hmm. And so we'll see what happens in the fall. Yeah.
It's, we are aware that it is the first week of August. Some call it a bit of a holiday month. July is kind of a lull in the summer market. Spring and fall are the two sort of peaks of the market. So right now we may only be giving you an update or a snapshot of what's happening right now, and it's by no means a prediction in terms of where the market is going, because we do see plateaus, as you mentioned, where things can plateau for a while, and then people think, oh wow, the market is finally favorable towards myself as a buyer. I've been sort of sitting on the fence because everybody was competing on all these other deals. I feel confident about getting in. If you have enough people that are feeling the same way, that plateau is over, and you've got another seller's market, because you've got way more buyers that have come into the marketplace. And so our intention is to have these updates for you on a semi-regular basis, so that you're just like, oh, okay, I remember in the beginning of August, this is sort of what was happening. I'm really curious about what kind of deals are being written now in the mid-August period, coming into September and so forth. How can I plan for this? Because real estate investments are something that you want to plan for, with the extensive financing that you will require for them, and the extensive planning and saving that you will require to make these decisions, it's really important to have the most current data. And unfortunately, what I'm seeing is too much optimism on one camp from different sources of information, and of course in the media, all this pessimism and all this negative talk. And again, talking to an impartial realtor and educating our audience in the hopes that you will be our prospective clientele, we wanted to share this information with you. So I hope that you found this of value. Thanks very much.
Thank you.